make sure today is special, because we are going to make sure that we are testing what you guys want to test. By the way, I want to apologize right now because apparently 10900K sometimes gets picked up by the mods, and I don't know why it does that. So if that is happening to you, like if it gets like banned or whatever it was, I apologize. That is not me. I don't know why it's doing that. So if it does, and you see like the mod stuff is saying, oh, you know, hey, you're messed up or whatever it was. Oh, there we go. We already got some subs going on here. So I apologize for that. How is audio? How is everything? Okay, YouTube's fine. Everything's good. Okay. Hey, so somebody's saying 2070 Super with an i5 10th gen. Yes, we're definitely going to tell the 10600K. But I want to make sure that before we go in there, as you can see, I actually put on the same shirt. I washed it, by the way. Put on the same shirt. It's like we're picking up where we took off, where we stopped yesterday. This PC has yet to be turned on because I didn't want to do anything without you. The PC is ready. Now, just to remind you of what's inside of this has got the new i9 10900K in it. It's got a 2080 Ti. Right here, we have basically a 240 frames per second monitor that we're going to be using and doing all the power and stuff with. I forgot to plug it all in. I think I actually, wait, did I plug it in? No, I didn't plug it in. So it's just like everything's plugged into here. Guys, now there's going to be, like, I want to bear with me. Guys, bear with me. I'm going to tell you a couple things. One, live bench testing. Never done it before. So I'm trying very hard. We're going to test. We're going to put fraps and some other things on this to see if you guys can see live what the gameplay is like. Usually when I do this testing, I connect everything via DisplayPort, and then I basically have a camera that's stuck on here. That's not the best way to see the graphics, so we're going to try today to see if we can show the unlocked frame rate and make sure that you guys are seeing what it's capable of doing. Now, here's the deal. If I run everything at like 4K, which I'm not going to do, if I test everything at 4K, then most of the games will actually be GPU bound. So to test this realistically, the ideal case is to run it at 1080p, which is where most games are actually CPU bound. And that's where you'll see the biggest increase in terms of how much better that the i9 10900K would be versus like a Ryzen 9 3600, Ryzen 9 3900 or a 3950 or anything like that. Now, I know there hasn't been a ton. Yeah, I've yet to see 10600K in stores. Yeah, you know what, honestly, it's funny because that's a $269 CPU. I was doing my stock check as well, Tony. And right now finding the $269 10600K, which is like the i5 10600K, which is by far the one that most people are pretty stoked about. I actually do have one. I think it's in the other room. It's in the other room. I actually do have one, and we can test it here. But that's the thing, is like that's the equivalent to the Ryzen 7 3700X, which if you've watched like my 2K systems or any of those, like right now in my 2K system, I have an i7, but if you wanted to go to like $1,500 or even under $2,000, that i5 10600K is pretty much like the primo spot. Now, a lot of people have seen, what? Oh, he's checking something. Real quick, hold on, let me see what's going on here. I just got a notification, just making sure that it happened. Oh, it's still posting. Hold on, it's still posting. I posted a tweet, but here's the deal. Sometimes when you close your phone, it doesn't actually post. So I posted a, hey, we're going live tweet, and then the going live tweet didn't actually post. So I'm waiting for it to post. That way Newegg can retweet it. So that's the like, where was I? What was I trying to say? I got distracted. I was trying to say that I forgot. But, oh yeah, so, okay. There, okay. It's up now. Okay, so I forgot, I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Hey, what's up, Greg? How are you, man? Does anyone remember what I was gonna say? I forgot my train of thought. I got distracted by the text message. What was I saying? I was on a good roll. Okay, so, oh yeah, which is 3700X, which is just right around like that 1500. It's like that prime spot. Now, most people know, if you guys have been out there, you've already seen, like, for the most part, like I expect this to very much go the way that we've seen from initial bench testing. But what the difference between you checking out, like, say, for instance, Paul's Hardware, or if you went and watched Jay's 2 Cents or any of those guys, is like, all they did is they gave you a bunch of numbers and stuff like that, and they said, here's how it's going to perform. Really, what we kind of know is that right now, this CPU is very much, more than likely, well, it is, we're very clear that this is like the king of gaming CPUs. The other thing that we're also going to test which will be pretty cool, is we're actually going to test here live on the show. We'll do testing gaming and streaming at the same time. So we'll do testing gaming and streaming with the 10900K, and then depending on where we are from a time standpoint and stuff like that, we'll then throw in the 10600K, make sure that all works. We might actually get the bench test set up for Intel. Right now it's all set up for Ryzen. So you guys will kind of determine what kind of flow we have as we go through this. So that's all the stuff. That's all the stuff that's happening today. Now, I need to go. I am not an Intel. Cody Greeley is basically like, you're an Intel shill. Do you see this? I have literally not done an Intel build like since, like, I think I've done like 4 of the last like 25 builds. I've done 4 Intel builds and the rest of them have been AMD. So to call me an Intel shill makes no sense. So we're going to test this and see what's actually happening. I will give Intel the credit where Intel gets the credit, and you guys will see the results for yourself. That's really kind of the whole point. There you go. I'm an AMD. Okay, basically people say I'm both. So there we go. We'll just let them all hate on me together. That sounds fun. Now, at the same time, I want to remind people there are the usual kind of giveaways and stuff like that that we're going to be doing during the show, which we always do. So the giveaways that are going to be happening today is at the 20 subs, we'll give away a $50 Newegg gift card. No matter what, we're going to give away a $25 Newegg gift card. If we get to 20 subs, we'll give away a $50 Newegg gift card. And if we get to 40 subs, we'll give away a $100 Newegg gift card. Now, if we get to 60 subs over the course of today, we'll see how that goes. Then we'll actually give away an i7 10700K. That is the current one for the rest of the week up until Friday. And then we'll go back to that 5700 XT. But it's Intel week here on Robeytech, so we want to make sure that we're showing Intel some love. The other thing too is that, remember, for every 10 subs, we give away 1 year of Xbox Game Pass this whole week. So we'll give away 1 year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. For those of you who don't know what Game Pass Ultimate is, Game Pass Ultimate is 100 games for both Xbox and 100 games for PC. So both sides win, which is great because there's like great games like Gears Tactics, which we actually have on here to test, and a bunch of other ones, which is also super awesome. Awesome. So he says, so nice to cut the marketing. Yeah, there's no cut marketing or anything. Hey, there you go, Arclight. Thank you very much for that. So that is what we're doing over the course of the entire thing. I want to give a big shout out to all 313 people who are already hanging out. We're going to see more of that stuff. Arclight starting that Ember train already, dropping 1,000 Embers. So thank you very much. Now, where we left off, I also have deals. So we'll do that. We'll actually do that in the middle of the show this time. So I'm not going to block us from getting this thing turned on and take a lot of time showing deals. But the one thing I will show, because it's still available, there's not that many. I'm going to show one. I'm going to show one deal because this deal I still think is absolutely ridiculous. Oh man, because of this monitor, I can't really see my thing. So let's see, is this connected? No, it's not. Okay, let's get it connected real quick. Hold on. Screen mirroring, there you go. Somebody saying, hey, what's up, Trix? How you doing, man? Trey? So I want to remind people. So this monitor will actually, hopefully it'll be, should be showing up in just a second. Hopefully I'm checking there it is. Okay, so it's showing up there. So this monitor, just because I've got, and we actually are going to show it later on in the show. So the Aorus F127Q-P. This is a 1440p, 165 hertz HDR G-Sync compatible monitor. If you're going to build a PC like this, you're going to want to basically check out all of the individual stuff on this. This is a great monitor to play this at because 2K or 4K, this is a great monitor, and it is on sale for $40. I did a review, $40 off. It's $600 right now, and honestly, I cannot recommend this enough. I did a review on this, which you can check out as well. But the fact that this monitor is hardly in stock, and now it's in stock and it's already on sale. I wanted to basically show this off at the beginning. I want to make sure that people know that this is on sale. So we'll get to sales a little bit later on. We're going to talk about tech deals after we've done some testing for a little bit. I know really why people are kind of here at the beginning is to make sure that they get to see all of the love and oops, that's opening. They get to see the i9 and the 10900 and really kind of see what it is. Now I do want to give a big shout out because a lot of what I'm going to be showing today would not be possible without our partners over at Newegg, Gigabyte, and Aorus. I don't know if you saw my picture. Basically, Gigabyte and Aorus sent me every combination of GPU, plus they sent me the motherboards that we're testing. I have a Micro ATX D490, a full ATX D490 Master, which is actually in here right now. And they also sent me X570 boards as well, so we can make sure that we can do the gamuts of testing. Really kind of the focus on Thursdays. Today is normally Wednesday, and I know this is a normal Robeytech show. The schedule's a little bit off. But the plan on Thursdays is every Thursday, we're going to see a setup very much like this. And we'll have like a tech deal. Let's say, for instance, we find a PC that's $1,000. We're just going to throw it in here, like throw the Intel, throw the AMD, and say, here's how that PC would perform if you were to buy it. So you'd have a good idea as a consumer of how well a particular PC would perform if you spent, like, say, 1,000 or 15 or 100 or whatever on it, based on what that is. And then, like I said, Fridays are always dedicated for us doing case reviews. Like this Friday, we're actually going to be doing the TD500 Cooler Master, all in the white case. We're going to be custom water cooling a 10. We'll do the 10700K just for this, just because we haven't seen a lot. Well, I don't know. I may change my mind on that. We're going to custom water cool, get that all set up, and have a little fun on Friday. That'll be a lot. That'll be pretty awesome. So lots of really cool stuff coming up. But first and foremost, we need to take off where we left off, and this would be pretty funny. But this PC, we got it all done. We hooked it all up, and it has never had power run through it. So this is where we're at right now. But before I go too far, what I need to do is make sure my monitor and stuff is hooked up, so that way we're good to go there. So I forgot to hook that up pre-show. We're gonna throw that in real quick. There's our HDMI. And we're kind of like, it's kind of limiting. I'm trying to think of a cool way to make this so we can, what's the word I'm looking for? I hope we can show uncapped frame rate. Like, that's gonna be super important. We'll have to see how this goes and play with it to figure it out. And the first thing I need to do is actually make sure that this gets hooked up the right way. Here we go, there's our HDMI cable. And here is our power cable. Okay, there we go. All ready. You guys ready? Turn it on. Oh, I see lights. Ooh, I saw a flash. Can you guys see it okay? You guys saw a flash. Here it is. The first Robeytech. Now, it was the first live stream built 10900K. Now we're going to see it turn on. There it is. Look at that. It's on. Now, remember, the fans don't spin at the beginning. And the reason being is that, remember, they're powered by cam. So in cam, you have to make sure that you got to turn cam on, and then once cam picks up, it'll actually show, the fans will actually start spinning. So let us, can't say who here. Hey, everybody's ready. And there it goes. It's going through its little cycle. Here we go. Input, no HDMI signal. I forgot which input we're in. Oh, there it goes. Are we going to post? We are posted. We are posted. It was posted. Oh, it's still posted. Okay. It like showed up for a second, and it's coming back. Maybe. Okay, let's see what you guys can see. Here we go. Capture. And let's see what we got here. And I don't see anything on my screen. I saw it briefly, then it went away. Okay, input. Okay, well, this came back. Screen, there we go. Okay, there we go. It's posted. Okay, I'm in the BIOS right now. Hold on. Let's make sure you guys can see this right now. There we go. You guys should be able to see it. Go up. Go up. I can see it on my screen. Why can you not see it on your screen? It's always the fun part, where this is where, like, oh, hey, technology, win. Oh, wait. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Oh, hold on. That may be why. I'm choosing it. Okay. Why are you not showing? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, yay. We've got it. Okay, so here we are. This is, we're all in. We can go. So I shouldn't, yeah. So here we go. We got it all set up. We're showing piece M.2. Okay, so we got the M.2. We can see the M.2 in there. Everything's good there. Let us see. We got crucial. I'm going to go ahead and enable this. We're at 4,000. Again, remember, we have 4,000 megahertz. It's at CL18. Let's hit save and exit. Yes. That was CL16. I might have read this wrong. Okay, here we go. So we got it booted. Now we're going into the PC. Now I've already preloaded games, all that sort of stuff. This should, if everything works well, fingers crossed, everything works well. AMD, so here's the deal, guys. Let me tell you this. Whatever you've heard from rumors and all that sort of stuff, I will say nobody has any idea. I don't know why I didn't boot. Why am I not booting? I should have booted in that one. So Windows Boot Manager. Okay, why did I not boot? I did put one that is all installed, right? Like this is like it's all in here. Why are you not booting? There's a boot there. It has the stuff. Why is it not booting? So this is the XMM profiles there, and I want it to boot. Okay, let me just make sure. I'm gonna show this just to make sure it boots in terms of this stuff. So we're gonna throw in a thing in here and reboot. Okay, hit save and exit. Okay, here we go. Slowly going through there and getting this kind of figured out. Okay, so we can see it there. You can basically see it there, which is good. Okay, let's go to Windows 64-bit. Just make sure all of this stuff is installed, and it should be good. So I'm just trying to make sure, like it should. I'm just making sure that this. I don't know why it didn't boot. It should have just booted. But we are up. We are running. Okay, so there it's there. Make sure I can see the OS and stuff like that. It's all now. Okay, I don't have a product key. Just want to make sure that I can see Pro, next. I can see the drive, right? I accept, next. Custom. Yeah, so it's all there. There's the drive right there. Says Windows can only be installed on, so it's like, why did it not? It's got a master boot record, so it should have just booted. Okay, I'm going to try this again. Actually, what I am going to do real quick is I'm going to quit, and I'm going to make sure that this is always the fun part, right? When I work to get it installed. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do this until I installed, until I had the whole PC. Like, I didn't want to turn this on until you guys had the PC, like you guys could see the whole PC and stuff set up. I have another one in here, like if I need to switch out the M.2 drive real quick. I don't want to spend a lot of our time. Let me check something right here. QFlash. No, I don't want to. I want to make sure. I don't want to spend a bunch of time. Go to advanced mode, boot. Not see it. Secure boot, preferred boot. Load system, boot option priorities, fast boot, mouse boot, Windows 10 features, PSM. So why can I not see it in override? Well, I'm gonna go to everything here is right. I don't see my boot options. Usually you see like your boot options, but I don't even see my boot options on here. I don't have rapid storage. PCIe is all in there. And our thing is in here. I don't want to install the why can I not install boot? Why can I not? It says it's there. I don't know what's going on here. Any ideas? I'm doing okay. I'm just wondering why I'm not being able to just boot to my. Why I'm not able to boot to my. I'm not able to boot to my Windows drive, which I guess if I needed to, I could wipe it, but then or reinstall it. But the problem is that then also, I want to do this one more time. I don't want to have to. It should have just booted to that drive. Not. CSM is disabled, Tyler. Why does it like it? Okay. Okay, that's weird. I don't know why it's not letting me. Okay, I'll check the CSM. Okay. Let's check that. See if that's what it was. It should have been. It's off though, right? Oh, see, yeah, it's disabled. Okay, let's try that. UEFI should be on there, so I should be able to, like, it should just boot. There we go. Okay, there goes. Okay, we're in. Thank you very much for that. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now we're all in. Let's go ahead and we've actually got it set up. We're now in, and we're gonna go start. We're gonna go ahead and start testing this, getting devices ready because it's got to read all this stuff. Yay! Okay, now if you guys want to, down below, if you guys want to see in there, I've got actually a list in the YouTube description. I've got a list of all of the stuff that we have. Whoop. Hold on. I have a list of all of the stuff that we use when we basically do our testing and all that sort of stuff. So you guys will be able to see. You guys will be able to see all of the different cards. Down in the YouTube, it says this is. It's like it's actually a whole list of all the stuff that we have for there, of all of the different cards and everything that we use for this that Gigabyte gave us. You guys can say it's like if you're like, hey, I'd love to just get that same card. And hey, look, all the fans are running now. If I just want to get that same card, I'm actually good to go there. Let's see. I do have no internet. That's weird. Why is this not plugged into, like, I'm plugged into? This is like saying I have no internet, but that makes no sense because I am literally plugged into a thing. There might be some, maybe I have to connect to Wi-Fi, but that should be weird. Not to need any of that stuff. That's interesting. Like I'm plugging into Gigabit and it's like it doesn't know what to do with my internet stuff. Have a great day. Look at all that stuff, but I don't have normal internet, which is a problem. Oh, this is so fun. Welcome to first gen. Welcome to first gen. Doing stuff like that. So this is always fun. Let's go ahead and go over here and real quickly grab a BIOS, the LAN driver for the Z490 Master. Z490 Master. Welcome to my, okay. And then we'll make sure that we have this from now on. Okay, support. Downloads. Windows 64, we need the LAN. And there's our Intel LAN driver. I'm gonna put this on a stick real quick. We'll make sure we have this from now on. Open, copy. Nope. Okay, now we'll put this in and get our LAN driver in, and then everything else will be pretty good to go. Welcome to Doing It Live, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Luckily, I have two computers, so we're good. That would not be the right one. I don't know what I put it on. Put it on the wrong one. Okay. Make sure I put it on the right one. What is that? Okay, let me just... Okay, here we go. Okay. Ooh, this is fun. Install. Sounds weird. Oh, there it goes. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we have internet. Okay. Good times there. And now we're just setting up all our devices. Yeah, setting up bleeding edge technology. It was just the driver is new. So it's just setting up. It's like basically going through now, but sometimes this is what happens, right? Like whatever the bleeding edge tech stuff is, we're going in there. Look at our temperature right now. It's sitting at a very nice 40 degrees right there. So you guys can basically see the temperature at all state and time. What game? So we're starting here. We got it now. What should be the first game? We got our 10900K. We're running at 1080p. What should be the first game that we test? Oh, you know what? I know we should test first. Here we go, guys. Let's go ahead and bring up Steam. I'm gonna get Steam up. Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna be able to bring this over a second. Oops, wrong one. Oh, all right, there we go. Bring up Steam real quick. Go. We're going back. I want to be able to see my stuff here. Okay, update queue. That's great. I didn't know there was an update. Let's go ahead and 3D mark this. Why not? This is like, let's do force 30. Let's just launch it. It's fine. And see what the, watch out. Let's see how this runs. So we'll test this. This is the first, just doing our first time setup here. Anything but Fortnite. So yeah, Apex. Okay, so we got Far Cry. I don't have Far Cry. So should I download, like Far Cry is another one. Fortnite is on here. I've got Fortnite on here. What else do you guys have? GTA 5. I need to pick that up. Do you guys want to see GTA 5? How many people are interested in GTA? I got World of Warcraft. Forgot that in there. We're using a RTX 2080 Ti. So this is like the highest in what we have right now is you have an RTX 2080 Ti. We've got a 10900K. If you hit exclamation point PC, you can actually see the specs for this PC already. So all the stuff is in there. People are saying Shadow of the Tomb Raider. That's interesting. Destiny 2. Okay, Witcher 3. We have a lot of ones that are going in there. Okay, so let's start with 3D Mark just to go from here. Okay, we'll do install. We're gonna do Time Spy real quick. We'll get this done, and then we'll run our benchmark on this, and then from there we'll do our first game. Let's do we got why don't we start with Call of Duty, and then I'll do. Why do you guys say Shadow of the Tomb Raider? Just because it supports RTX? Liquid cooling inspired by caveman build. Options on case. Is there a fitting I need to install the Corsair ball valve to? Yes, you need a male-to-male fitting. Okay, Shadow of the Hospital. Okay, so you want to do Shadow of the Tomb Raider? Okay, we can run Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Okay, running this one now. So let's start with our first benchmark. Here we are, full in. It's collecting our system info. We're going to basically test this is like where we are. Starting with, we're going to start with 3D Mark and run this one first, and then we'll do Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Is that where we want to start? Solitaire. You guys are hilarious. Club Penguin. Look at you guys. You guys are a regular comedy show. Regular comedy show with your entertainment there. Why do I not see? Okay, there it goes. Okay. Went in there, making sure it's good there. Okay, here we go. Time Spy demo first. You guys are watching live benchmarking. Yeah. So you know what else does? Actually, what I know what we'll do after this. We actually have another benchmark after this. We can actually run the benchmark on. We can run the benchmark on Gears Tactics. So Gears Tactics has its own benchmark. We will play some Apex, Minesweeper. Okay, so here we go. Right here, we're running Time Spy first. We'll see what our overall score is when we start at the top here. But this is the Time Spy demo, 1080p, running butter smooth right now. I should add. Perhaps I should do Fraps. Yeah, do not forget, guys. While we're doing this, we do have the May the 4th PC giveaway that's going on right now. So if you do, I think it's giveaway. I think you'll see that link in there. I know some people are showing it up right now. What game is on screen? This is Time Spy. This is basically a benchmarking particular software. So this will tell us when we're all said and done. Oh, I can hear I can hear that. Look at the CPU. Look at that. CPU is going up to 46. I don't know if you guys can see that right now. I can hear that. Ooh, I can feel that heat coming up. Ooh, I can feel the heat coming off of the GPU for sure. We're getting TP temperatures up to 44 on that GPU right now. There, you guys. I'm trying to get it so you guys can see the temp at all times. There you go. You guys see that? Okay. Put it a little bit more so we can get a little more so you guys can see. There you go. Which I like. I like that you guys will be able to see the temp throughout the whole thing as we're running this. Well, yeah, I mean, right now we're basically stress testing the CPU and GPU. So yes, for sure, we're affecting temp. Blue is hard to read. We got some super chat hype. What super chat? Did I miss a super chat? Who super chatted? Missed that one. Oops, that's not going to help me. Hey! Okay, Anthony is like Red Dead Redemption 2. Still valid gaming compared to the newer, more expensive cards for that price. There are some people who really like RX 580s, but all in all, like there are cards that are similar in price that are, I think, just better. So, Prime 95. Okay, so it's done. It's getting, man, I can feel like that thing is. We got it up to 46. Okay, running benchmark time spy. We got it up to 46. In terms of temperatures, we saw it almost to 50 on that one. Yeah, I like the cooler, right? You know, Bono's, I don't know, but the good thing about it is this will compare it against every other one, so we'll know where it is. I mean, I've done my look, like I expect, like all in all, like you know, I watched all the benchmarking stuff this morning. I expect it to be, in fact, I expect this to do very, very well on this particular benchmark. Right now, we're getting what 90 frames per second, 80, 90 frames per second, which for this is actually pretty good because again. Right now, because we're running at 1080p, means that the majority of what we're getting is being done by the CPU. The CPU does the majority work at 1080p. As we go to 1440p or if we go to 4K, you'll actually see more of that stuff that'll move to the GPU. And so we want this to be more CPU bound, which is why we're doing everything at 1080p. Okay, I'll download it on Epic Games right now, Tyler. Thank you very much for letting me know. We'll try that one. Guys, there's so many... It ends tomorrow morning, so I should download it right away. Please, can you enable frame rate and temp on screen? I will do that next time. Yes, I will make sure that it is enabled and temp is also enabled. I will. Bone Chief, sorry. I forgot to do that. Yeah, guys, remember, this is the first time I've done live benchmarking. So if you guys see things that you think would improve, I'm going to throw I'm going to use the Windows G, see if that actually supports it. I'm going to have to do a reboot once we're done here and I'll enable frame rate. But I should be able to just put that in the top right so you guys can see all this stuff. Okay, for like... Yes, strange logic for 1080 is zipper chart. That's literally why. Because at 1080p, the majority of the work is actually on the CPU, not on the GPU. And you actually, so the thing is the funny thing is if we did these same tests, like the 3950X or the 10900K, you will actually see less of an issue. You'll see very similar results in terms of 4K games for the most part because the GPU is the limiting factor, not the CPU. Okay, and right here at the bottom, the good thing is that even though you aren't seeing it live on screen, you are seeing the GPU temp right here. It's sitting at 41 degrees, and then you can see the frames right now down below, sitting at 80, 90 degrees. For those of you who don't know who Galax is actually also makes things. Okay, it's running this last benchmark. So this is the time spy. This is the CPU test. This is like the one that we want to do. This is the one where we actually may see the most in terms of our CPU temperature go up. Wait, oh snap! that is going really, really fast. That's pretty quick. That is doing a lot of. There we go. That was a fast benchmark. Yes, this is a free pro. I actually paid for it. There we go. So there he goes. It's we got 14,580. when you look at what that is, if you look at like compare results online, let's look at what the results online. This is 14,580. To compare this to results online, we'll just do, okay, here we go. So we are better than 90. Okay, so we're higher than that. The last one I ran was, okay, I'm gonna close this. This is that was the, oh, so this is 13,784. Oh, because that was a mix between the two. There we go. This is saying that it's better than premium PC game. This is high end. It's in between high end and premium here. So this was a Ryzen 9 3950X versus this is a 10900K. And this is better than 96% of the results. And then again, the CPU score and the graphics score is really where it's at. But my score is way up here. So that's where we're sitting right now in terms of our run. And so we're going from there. There you go. That's a valid result. That's an i9 10900K. So yeah. And this one, the 19781, like that's pretty crazy. The premium score, this is like obviously somebody who's running it like a very, very, very high-end thing from there. So, okay, let's do another bench. So we'll just see what this is. And again, testing this. And guys, if we want to, I actually have these same games. I have these same games. Oh, before I do that, hold on, Windows G. This is, okay, so there we go. There's our CPU, RAM, frames per second. I'm going to request access. I have to do a restart. Okay, so we should have, okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, now this is something that actually comes with every single Windows device, which is the Windows Game Bar. And this actually it's in beta. I wonder if it's, okay, there we go. So I'm sitting there, it'll show my CPU work, utilization and everything like that. I'm gonna do this. I am gonna have to, real quick, restart. Oh. Ugh. Just get it out from underneath the cables. We'll have to restart the PC to show this stuff. Okay, there we go. I need to reboot the PC real quick and then we'll be good. Okay. Save and continue, enter, okay, real quick. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the capture and then let's hit quit to desktop, yes. And this is a much more recent game. We're just gonna make sure that we get our frames per second. Are you going to do a test with Halo? Are you? So yeah, no, I will not be doing any. And by the way, guys, we are running also 4,000 megahertz RAM. That's the other thing too that we actually do have working here. So we have 4,000 megahertz RAM at the same time, which is actually pretty awesome. Okay, so let's keep going. We're live bench testing. We're going to test it with is we're going to run the benchmark on Gears. Okay, here we go. And then I will start because you said it's free. Let me see. You said it's free. I'm going to go ahead and. Oh, it's saying I can't connect. Oh, wait, hold on. Come on, connect to the. I'm waiting for the thing to go up here. Not connecting to my. Weird. My stuff stopped. I'm not getting any internet again. Did I lose? No, I have internet there. Just this whole thing just decided it's not working. It was like working before, and then now I'm not seeing any. I'm not even seeing any link lights. Weird. That's odd. I've never had that happen before. I'm not even getting a link light on the internet. Is that Kraken X? Supposedly you can change the logo. Yeah, you can do all sorts of stuff on it. But right now what we're having some issues because all of a sudden now I've lost all-in connectivity with my internet settings. One sec, guys. I'm just going to verify that I didn't something else didn't happen here real quick. We're just making sure that we haven't lost. That's never happened before, but we're going to just verify. 2. Wow, that's odd. I'm gonna make sure real quick. I'm not seeing. I'm like not getting link lights at all on my connectivity all of a sudden. I'm trying to figure out why. I have no other way to test this. So I don't know why all of a sudden I lost connectivity. Like I just all of a sudden I'm just like not getting connectivity on this motherboard. I can do, just because we'll go to safe. Let me go to Wi-Fi. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna grab a Wi-Fi adapter. I like all that purple. I just realized that the whole thing is like purple. Like even the lighting and stuff like that is all purple. I guess it just read that from the previous thing, but all of a sudden, like now I'm not getting any connectivity at all. So I'm just gonna plug this Wi-Fi adapter in and make sure that I can connect to Wi-Fi. I'll test to see if my cable went bad or whatever a little bit later, but that is an interesting scenario. Okay, there we go. Now we have a Wi-Fi antenna right there. Okay. Again. Okay, now I have all sorts of ones that I can connect to. Hold on. Check. Hold on. I'm checking what my stuff is. Hold on, hold on 1 sec, guys. I'm just getting the Wi-Fi password real quick. I forgot it. That is weird. I've never had that happen before. What's up, Newegg? Newegg's in the channel. We're just, we're basically, of course, this is always the thing. You're at cutting edge technology and then something weird happens. And this is what we do. And I have no way to quickly retest that because then if I quickly tested it or put a different thing in, then I'd lose connectivity to my stream PC or whatever it is, right? So I don't know what happened there. So. Fun times. Okay, so we're gonna download Epic Games Grand Theft Auto 5. We're gonna get ready to try to benchmark in. I honestly, like, I could grab one real quick. Let's do that real quick while we're still waiting for the other thing. Grab a backup cable just to see. Run a backup cable real quick. I got another cable right here. Ooh. Luckily, I have my fair share of this stuff, so good there. Okay, here we go. Always fun doing it live. Okay, just for the sake of testing, what we can do is do this. So, got another LAN cable here real quick. Okay, here we go. Testing another cable. Yeah, I'm just not getting a signal. That's weird. I'm hoping it's like some sort of weird. I'm hoping it's some sort of just weird. Hold on. Once I get internet, which I have a thing now. Okay. I'm connecting. Don't worry. We're gonna get internet, and then we'll keep going. But it's definitely not. It's definitely not a cable issue. Okay, we're on internet here. So that was not the problem. Is that cable I just was verifying was working and connected on the other one. So, okay, let's see if it pops back to life at some point in time or what. Okay, there we go. We're gonna retry this. Ooh, this is always the fun stuff. Okay. Where all of a sudden it's like, oh, it was all good, and then you have weird things like this where it just all of a sudden doesn't work. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to start this download real quick, and then we'll grab this, because you said GTA 5 is free for the free time. So I'm just going to check it, grab it, and then... Oh, where'd it go? Okay, there it is, free. Downloading it. We have it. Okay. And then now we'll go do our bench test on the other thing. Okay. Okay, that is starting to download. Okay, there it goes. It's downloading. No, it didn't. It's always fun. Okay, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, there we go. We started that download. I don't know if that'll get done. I don't know why all of a sudden, but let's go ahead and go to our thing and grab another game. Let's check out another one real quick. We'll do go, and let's check out Gears Tactics. Go. Okay, here we go. Let's throw this. This should be. I should be able to now. My CPU and GPU stuff is here. Okay, so I got that already. Okay, so let's start Gears Tactics, which is a new game. Again, great one to basically test against. We'll see what the overall, like how it basically runs at 1080p, what max frame rate is. It should be unlocked. So we'll go ahead and pin this. Here you go. We're gonna go ahead and pin this. Pin this here. There we go. Pinning there. Okay. And we should be able to uncap it. So I'll go ahead and uncap it here in a minute so we can see what the overall frame rate is when we're done. I would say the 3900X with a 2070. Okay, enter. Okay, so we have a benchmark. So let's check our settings, make sure that our video is... Okay, we're good there. Mesh complexity best, variable rate shading, not worried about that. What I'm worried about more than anything. Let's just try the bench test first, and then we'll see how that does. And then this should... So we're going to try this first benchmark. I'm curious. I want to make sure that our frame rate actually goes above 60. This is something we're basically testing right now. So we're running at 1080 frames for 1080 frames. Okay, there we go right there. It's still current frame rate. It might be locked. Yeah, you see how it says it's actually GPU bound 86% right now. But I need to see, there must be something going on here because I'm not getting higher than, hold on, let me see what okay. Exit to main menu. Actually, hold on. Settings. I want to unlock my frame rate. Okay. Okay, so its maximum frame rate's unlimited. Okay, I'm going to do VSync off. That would not help. I don't want VSync to be on. And unlimited, max frame rate is unlimited. Okay. Minimum frame rate is 60. And then, okay. Save that. Okay. We're going to go back. And we're going to resume. Okay, there we go. Now we are not basically, there we go. So now you're seeing what our frame rate is right now. 140 frames per second, 130. There you go. And you can see right here, so there's your frame. It's actually showing GPU bound 88% right now. But there's our frame rate right there at 141 frames per second, 144 frames per second. Yeah, VSync always kills because the VSync is syncing to... Now this monitor, if I turned on this monitor is capable of 240 frames per second, so I could have turned that off. But I overall, the moment I did that, the temperature went way up, right? Because we're now stressing. CPU's at 40% right now, and you're seeing the 140 frames per second. Now here's a question I have for you guys. Do you want me to... What would you prefer? Would you like me to take this down and then run the same thing on a 3900X? Or do you guys just want to see, yeah, the GPU, it's saying it's GPU bound, but it's the GPU is not going to get used near as much. Now, if I was to say, let's say, for instance, we run a resolution and we ran it at 4K or whatever it was, you would see that GPU resolution go way up, right? But here it goes, benchmark right here, Windows resolution scale, and then there's our overall summary. Its average CPU frame rate render was 152 frames per second. And then this was basically all at ultra setting, if we cared about. Now the question, the CPU temp, I think the CPU temp is sitting at 50. It was sitting at 50 degrees. You guys can see the temp because it's right there on the screen at all times. It's basically, you can see it right here, sitting right here. There's the CPU temp at all times. If I did a little overclocking, I mean, we could do a little bit of overclocking. Again, I know Optimus just released, basically with their stuff, they got 5.3 gigahertz on all cores. I mean, we could turn we could do a little stock overclock if we want to, but again, this is 16.16, this is 83.84% GPU bound. I could throw it on a different small, but I mean, all in all, how do you guys want this to work? Because what we could do is I have a Ryzen system back here. We could throw a 2080 Ti in the Ryzen system and do the exact same benchmark, or do you guys just want to see how a bunch of different games run? What do you think would be better? You would think at 2020 they would default VSync off. Yeah, well, some people don't, right? For all going for there. What do you guys... Oh, too small. I wonder if... Oh, here. I can do this. I wonder if Cam... I think Cam will allow me to do PC monitoring. Let me see. CPU temperature. I wonder if there's a way... I wonder if there's a way for us to have it so I can have it always do an overlay. Let me turn that on first. Oh, there it is, overlay. Okay, so there we go. Let's do, okay, so there it is right there. RAM, FPS, CPU, and GPU. Okay, so let me try this. Let me try this thing and see what's happening. Control O. I don't see it up here. See if I can get the overlay up. We'll go to this one because it shows. So we'll unpin this. I like that one, but we want the cam one. Where's cam? I had cam and then it went away. Cam. I want the overlay on. Automatically show when launch. Okay, there it goes. And then Control O. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'll try this again next time. We'll see if it shows up. We're going to go ahead and exit this and see if the overlay shows up. Okay, let's try this one more time. We'll do it with Doom Eternal next. Let me just see if I'm just going to test to make sure that the overlay actually comes up. You guys, what would you would you prefer? Okay, would you prefer? There we're going from there. We're just going to test this up, just make sure that our I'm not seeing an overlay. I know NVIDIA has one as well, but I don't know if it shows CPU temp. Oh, there it is. Okay. So can you guys see that? Oh, it's in the wrong place. Okay. Let me see. So it actually is here. But I have to, oh, you guys can see it. Okay, can you guys see it up there on my screen? You actually can see CPU, GPU, and so you'll see CPU, GPU, and RAM in terms of the stuff. How's that in terms of that? that a little bit better in terms of what you guys want to see? Okay, so we got that on. So we now know that's what we're seeing what the overall temperature is. It's running at 39 degrees. Okay, so let's go back to desktop. And then let's throw in Doom Eternal. I'll start the install for Oh, yeah, I do want to I'll start the install for this. I don't know if that's going to be ready, but we'll start it. Okay, let's go to Doom Eternal. I don't know what happened to my GPU thing. Okay, here we go. We're going to start Doom Eternal. We'll give this one a go. Fortnite is now available to play. So 1080p, we'll make sure VSync's off, and then we'll be able to see what our thing is here. There we go. Now this will be interesting as well. Again, I wonder if, hold on. Check something. Place that. Settings. Now list all modes. Should be able to monitor. Oh, it doesn't. Yeah, that's because of the limitations of the graphics. I mean, it's split, so I can't do that. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's go to settings, customize. I don't want that. What's settings? Okay, let's go to video. Turn off VSync. Vertical sync off. Enable HDR. I don't care about that. Field of view. Okay, so here we go. So it's off. Should be good there. No, I want to save it. Okay, here we go. And then we should. I'm not seeing it now, but we should be able to see. Continue game. Okay, here we go. I wonder. It doesn't seem like it's showing the overlay. Hopefully it does. I'm not seeing it. So, this is going really well. I think the game just locked up. Oh, I lost my mouse. Weird. Technology. There it is. Okay, cancel. Oh, I really have no control. Whoa! I really have no control right now. I lost this whole thing. That was weird. Okay, let's try that again. Steam. Welcome to fun. This is the thing. It's when I do a YouTube video for this, it's oh, I can edit all this out, but yeah. The game's not, yeah, it basically was just to the point where it's I don't want to run anything. Okay, so all of our stuff there, we're going to make sure it's not really opaque, but what I want to do is just want to make sure that we can actually see stuff, how big stuff is, right? That's the thing that's important to me. So I want to make sure you guys can actually see when a game is working and playing and all that sort of stuff. I think you should do an all-core overclock. I don't doing that versus anything else. We could probably, all in all, it's still I want to keep actually showing you guys useful stuff is what I'm trying to do. But it's just taking time. So what's parts? All you have to do, if you look down below, you can actually see the parts for the PC that we actually have in here. So this one right now, we're running a 2080 Ti with a 10900K. We ended up showing 164 frames per second in Gears of War. And then right now what we're testing in is, okay, let's go back. Make sure our settings are still set. We're testing, if we should go to syncs off. We're testing Doom Eternal. Good. Delete all these. These are all Yes, I'm going to delete all these save files. Hurt me plenty. Okay, that's working. Now we're loading. That seems to be better. So this PC is the new Intel 10th Gen 10900K is what we're doing right now. Is what we're doing right now. Okay, so one thing we are not showing is we're not showing our overlay. What I'm worried about is when I hit that overlay button, I think the reason I'm having this problem is that if I hit that overlay, then it doesn't work. This doesn't, okay, I don't understand why this is doing. Okay, wow, look at that, guys. 360 FPS right now. 400 frames per second. Jeez, that is 450 frames per second. I'm having issues with the cam one. Yeah, I know, dude. 320. Okay, so like this is like, and this is at ultra. Like basically this is at ultra settings for everything for this. This is Doom Eternal, yeah. We're running 340 frames per second at 1080p at like we're basically like if you wanted to, and like we could probably easily push that higher, but this is max settings for this right now at we're 360. What I'm a little worried about, guys, is that because I think that cam overlay actually causes issues with this particular game. One of the things, Steam actually also has one that you can do an overlay on as well. I wish there was something I could do here that would let me show, let's do this, because we really care about, we really care about that. Why don't we do, oh, there we go. And then I want to show, okay. Now we're in gameplay, but I noticed that, yep, this is what happens. I do not want to use that other overlay. Because that other overlay causes this to get messed up. Hold on. So do not use the cam one. And we'll do this again. The cam one is not working. I know Steam also has one. We could use the Steam one, but it just, yeah, this is the problem. I wish there was one that we could show temperature. That's the thing that you guys are missing. And I was hoping the, okay, why don't you guys say, well, okay, so we've shown, you guys still want to see Doom Eternal gameplay? You guys actually want to see it actually run? Sorry. I'm going to turn this off because this is not working. So we tried to get that to work. It worked on one game. Do you guys want to see Call of Duty? Or do you guys use GPU Z then? Okay, no. Okay, we want to do, okay, Apex. Yeah, cam is having a problem. So let's do, we'll do Apex. Let's try Apex now. Hold on. Okay, there we go. We'll try Apex now. We got Apex installed. We'll see how this goes. Now this is, again, 1080p. This will be at max settings. And then we'll bring up the Windows bar. There we go. We could have put Crisis up. Okay, so we're loading up Apex now. There we go. Again, so I have run quite a few games on this. When I did my 3900X, I think I was getting about 100. I don't remember. Actually, when I get in there, I'll let you guys know. So here we go right here. We need to uncap our frame rate right away and get this done. That's not going to happen until we get in here and play with our frame rate. Okay. Okay, let's go to settings, video, desync off. Okay, here we go. Apply. There we go. Let's go ahead and play a game. Ready. Now, please don't judge my gameplay. This is not about making the game. This is, oops, make sure this is about showing you guys frames. Right now we're at 144 frames per second. We haven't done a lot of stuff like that. I need to make sure, let me make sure all the other settings are, I think this is all like fully blown out high level settings right now. So we're definitely going in there. So right now we're sitting at 144 frames per second. CPU's at 11%. We're going to go down from there. Okay, here you go. Starting in 7 seconds, see what we get from a frame standpoint. Now this is all, like, again, I haven't even tweaked these settings. This is just about giving it, like, this is what it'll be at max. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you wanted to get like 260 FPS or whatever it was, or even run that. The curious thing is that can we get this to like being able to run that new Razer 300 FPS, like 300 hertz monitor. I am still taking game suggestions, guys. We're just working through, like, we've tested Gears, we've tested Doom, and now we're giving it a go. Next one was Apex. Okay, here we go. So we're sitting at 144 frames per second. This is by far, and again, this is max. We got down to 103. Oh, I'm the jump master. Crap. I hate it that I'm already the jump master. We're gonna go here. Go. My guys jump. They all left. My guys left me. I'm by myself? That's useful. It's gonna go well. I'm gonna go a little bit further up here. They all left me. That's super screwed up. They don't know that I'm terrible, but apparently they just assumed. What a bunch of jerks. Okay, so we're hitting very locked at 144 frames per second. I feel like this is like, I think that's weird. I feel like we should be able to get more than that. It doesn't feel like, it feels like it's capped. Okay, I feel like there's something capped there. I feel like I'm capped at 144 frames per second. I don't see anything that lets me do higher. Field of view, screen shake. Do we know if you get capped at 144 on this game? I do not see the option of running uncapped. I'm sitting at 144 frames capped. Yeah, this looks like it's capped. Oh, it's capped through Origin. Yeah, this is not, this is like definitely, and the only way to play this is through Origin. Yeah, so we obviously we're very able to very easily run this at 144 frames per second with no problem. So this is just running at 144, no issue whatsoever. I don't even care if I'm gonna win. Let's get in a fight. What do we got? Oh, there we go. I'm gonna get rid of this Mozambique and get Mastiff. So yeah, there we go. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I haven't played this season at all. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of lame that it's actually cat because I'm not getting a lot of love. Let's go see if we can. Whoa, what's that in there? There's like a creature in there. That seems nice. Get the that. We got that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're sitting at very nicely at 144 frames per second. If I could do the L-Star. So that seems okay. Oh, that person's dead. Let's go find them. Let's go kill them, whoever they are, and go to another game. So we've done Apex, which is obviously very easily. Okay, that guy just left. You didn't stay with me. That's why. You knob. Own fault. They didn't know what they were missing. The temp right now is sitting at 45. So very easily handling this with no issue. Ooh, what's this? Sniper stock. I'm not trying to play the game or do anything. This is just about giving you guys like the best. Yeah. Do that. There we go. Go grab that thing. Yeah, you guys again remember, this is not like, it's not ideal for showing like what you guys are seeing, but yeah, you guys are seeing stuttering and stuff just because of there we go. Oh, that's a lot of nothing. Okay. Awesome. Where did the other guy leave? Oh no, he's still there. Where did he go? Go try and recover him. I got 28 seconds. How close is he? Not close at all. Oh, he's way over there. I don't care if I get killed. It is showing some stuttering. I'm not showing overclock right now. This is just showing stock benchmarks in terms of what is capable with this particular PC. Do you guys want to see, like, would you care? Would you rather me run it like, well, I mean, 4K is not going to really do a whole lot. Like, you're not going to see, like, stuff you basically want to see is you want to see where it's mostly CPU bound. Yeah, use your ultimate. Well, my ultimate is not... Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. There you go. Did he get... Oh, he got rezzed. Okay, here. Well, hey, we're here. They obviously killed everybody. Well, I want to kill some. I don't want to do this, right? Oh, we're seeing a little dip there at 100 frames per second. And then temperature-wise, we're still sitting at a nice 52. You can definitely tell most of the work right now, like you're seeing most of the heat and stuff is coming off of the GPU, which is a blower style, which is why it's so loud. So, okay. Well, I'm going to leave this match. Okay, so we've shown, let's see, what do you guys think? Do 1440p? Well, yeah, but 1440p again, if you guys want to, do you guys want to see 1440p? I mean, you just want to see if it's capable of running at 1440p. It definitely is. But again, that's not GPU bound. It's not CPU bound. So, let's see. What other games do we have on here? So do you guys want to see, WoW? I can overclock. I mean, it's just like the thing is that I wasn't prepared to do that today. Nah. So CPU and GPU usage. Again, where you can see it right there, CPU and GPU is sitting at 1% and 3%. Okay, some people, guys, we're trying to give a lot of people a lot of different options. We showed a couple FPSs. We'll go ahead and show up let's show real quick. We'll show some World of Warcraft real quick. And then we can show, I also have Call of Duty, so we can show some Call of Duty too. Yeah, hey guys, don't forget to hit that like button. If you're over here, you're enjoying this content, again, this is trying to give you guys the stuff that you want to see. There's a ton of different people here. It's like, hey, how would this thing run with this particular branch? We're just showing a bunch of different games. Next one we're going to do is we're going to check out WoW. Make sure you hit that like button. If you're over on make sure, guys, we're seeing like no subs today. So no subs so far. Usually, like, we're trying to give away stuff. If we have to get to 10 subs to basically do the subs, no matter what, we're going to give away a $25 Newegg gift card. But I want to give away some other stuff as well. So let's see if we can do that. That'd be great. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to load up World of Warcraft right now. Here we go. We load up World of Warcraft. We'll unlock our frame rates and stuff like that. We should be able to see what this is. Chat's a little bit delayed, yes. You guys can see that up in the top right. If you guys have recommendations, if you have recommendations for better monitoring software, then let me know, and I will basically bring those up for sure. If you have other monitoring software that you think would be better in terms of showing like frame rate or stuff like that, then let me know. Okay, there we go. Okay, roaming. Oh, I don't want roaming. I want capture. Okay, so here we are. We're in there. We're sitting at 100 frames per second. Let's see. What do I have? I think I have whatever my highest level one is. I can do Control G. Windows G. Unpin it. So we can do. Let's do this page, I guess. Okay. And then we'll make sure our VSync is off and all that sort of stuff here in a second. Okay. Okay, let's check system graphics. We want vertical syncs disabled. Okay, let's put it all on max. Apply. I don't think now does World of Warcraft cap as well? I could actually set my resolution scale way up. There we go. We're setting it at max there. Everything's at ultra. We got everything at max right now. And there we go. And we're sitting at 94 frames per second at 1080p. We're seeing a little bit of dip there, 80, whatever it was. GPU, but the GPU is 27% there. We're definitely getting higher than 60%, but we can definitely, you can do the... Use MSI Afterburner, is that one better? Okay, I got Civ 6, yeah, we can put that in there. Hey, thanks for subbing. Oh, thank you very much for the sub, dude. Thank you, I'm Kuda, I appreciate the sub. What we can do, let's go ahead and portal. Let's portal to this Stormwind. Okay, there we go. We'll port it to Stormwind, and then we can fly around and see what the speed's like. Hey, you're welcome, Nero. Thank you very much for hanging out, guys. We got more. Don't worry, we got more. Portal 2. I'm getting more games as I do stuff. I'm trying to download. I don't know what happened with the Nick. That was kind of weird. Ooh, we got a nice frame dip there. Okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead and run out and see what. I mean, this is like about as awesome as we can get in terms of speed here. Where the heck am I? Oh, I'm in the portal room. I forgot about this. I don't know how to get out of here. I'm used to portaling. Yeah, that must be it right there. Okay. Hey, thank you very much, man. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Okay, here we go. Now we're out. Okay, let's go fly around a little bit. Let's grab one of my flying mounts here. I know what I have here. Oh, this will do a Red Wake. Here we go. Right now, we're running around 100 frames per second. It's not having any issues with keeping the frame rate nice and all that sort of stuff. So it looks like, all in all, this is running buttery smooth, and we can easily make this run. This looks like it's capped at 100 FPS. There's definitely a cap here as well. And this is running it no problem. And again, this system is pretty expensive, right? The one that we're having, this is outside of maybe throwing a Titan in this, right? You're looking at the highest end. It's running 4,000 megahertz RAM, 2080 Ti, 10900K. We've got fully maxed out everything. Actually, the thing that's crazy about this, guys, is remember, we've actually scaled the overall thing. This is 4K super scaled down to 1080p, and we're running at 100 FPS very, very easily. So no problem there in terms of how the game is doing. So there you go. There is World of Warcraft. Let's check out Modern Warfare. Sorry, which one do we have? No, that's another one. Oh, there's a little patch. Oh, you know what's funny? I updated all this stuff. Now it's all patching. And now because I don't have, oh, you know what we could run? Why don't we try this, guys? I forgot about this. Let's try Control. This is an RTX game. Forza Ryzen, okay, I'll get that on there. Try Control. Yeah, I know. 30 gig patch for 30 gig patch for Call of Duty. Yeah, that's not what I expected right there. Okay, so let's play DX12. We'll try Control here and take a look at this one. Never played this game before. This is a 280 rad. Yeah, it's like every time you play COD. But again, the thing that's interesting about this is that this is also a game that this is a game that also has heavy RTX. So we are using ray tracing in this one. So really, really good in terms of doing our ray tracing and stuff like that. If you guys want, after this, I will see what I can. I'm working on downloading GTA 5, guys. I'm working on downloading GTA 5. This is not showing frames yet, so I'm hoping that this still shows FPS for the game. Not showing frames right now. Okay. Windows G. It is loading. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we're loading. Now we got it. Okay. Oops. Here we go. Turn it. Let's check our options. Display. We want VSync is not on. Indie. Okay. Okay. We're going to put DLSS on, which because we have. We're going to do render resolution. Okay. Apparently that's what we're going to have to do for render resolution. Quality is, let's put it at high. Texture resolution is at ultra. Screen high. Okay. Got motion blur MSAA is at 4. Ray tracing. Let's go ahead and put it at high just to see what happens. And then go from there. We're turning it all on. And let's see. Okay. Okay, so I'm making sure our options set. Play. Okay, everything there is good. Okay, new game. Start new game. Okay, here we go. So we're sitting at 60 FPS right now. I do not have VSync on. Okay, ooh, there we go. 240 frames per second. There we go. Thank you very much. I have I am downloading Valorant where I do have access to Valorant. Forgot to put it on here. We'll try and do the download. Losing access to, I don't know what happened to our LAN. I don't know if it got disabled all of a sudden or something weird. This is also RTX, so again, you guys are seeing in the 2080 Ti with ray tracing. This has got real-time ray tracing on, plus DLSS. It looks like we might actually have another capped FPS game sitting at 240 frames per second right now from a gaming standpoint. Download speed is, if I was wired, is 1 gigabit. 1 gigabit down and up. But for some reason, I feel like something happened and I don't see my Ethernet anymore. So I got to check to see what's going on there. We're sitting at 240 FPS right now, guys. Now, again, this looks like a render. This doesn't look like anything else. I have no idea what I'm doing. Never played this game. So Apex went really good. Apex was sitting at 144 frames per second, no problem. Yeah, this is 240 with everything max. We're talking about max everything right now, and it's sitting at 240 frames per second. Wow, that looks really good. I don't know if this, I want to make sure we're in a game first. Like I'm waiting for gameplay because I don't know if this is a rendered screen or whatever this is. Okay, I'll grab MSI Afterburner after this. It is going well so far. That's basically what it's doing a render resolution at. So that's just, it's saying gameplay resolution, but it's rendering it. I don't know what that necessarily means. Okay, there we go. Now we're in gameplay. We're seeing much more temps here. Okay, here we go. Now we're actually in game. No, this PC is not set to stream. This PC is not set to stream. Okay, so we're seeing, like, this is where, now again, this is full ray tracing, high settings for ray tracing. This is using DLSS to basically help with frame rates, with ultra everything. Look at those real-time reflections, guys. There we go. Let's see how this goes once we start moving. Okay, so we're sitting at 115 frames per second. This is crazy because this is 115 frames per second for a RTX game, which used to be unheard of. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't even know what any of this stuff is. Oh, okay. Am I supposed to get something? Okay, there we go. I don't know. I've never played this game. Wow, this looks really good though. We're sitting 112. So this is like, you can see all the real-time reflections with this. This is what ray tracing is supposed to be from that standpoint. Look at that. Okay, so we're in a full ray tracing with bounce lighting, which is all handled by the GPU, but still CPU-wise, we're still seeing a lot of just, look at that, like in terms of its just ability to handle the game, it's running and handling it very, very well. Yeah. Which, I mean, this is the thing, like this is technically where you're still CPU bound, so the CPU is doing a lot of the work here, and it is handling it quite nicely. Oh, there's another thing. Look at those reflections like on the windows and stuff like that. That's crazy. Look at that. That's crazy right there. You guys are seeing like real time. And again, for those of you who don't know, real quick, I should let people know, this is Robeytech. Robeytech is a show. There's over 600 plus people here right now. Robeytech is a show that's dedicated to tech and gaming news right now. We're benchmarking, we're bench testing the i9 10900K. We're basically just testing it with 1080p with a bunch of different resolutions. Right now, we're just playing with a 2080 Ti to see what this thing is capable of. This is control. We've maxed out all settings and all that sort of stuff. A couple things as you guys are knowing, we're going to be giving away a $25 Newegg gift card. If we get 7 more subs over on Mixer, we'll be giving away a 1-year Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which includes 100 games for PC and 100 games for Xbox as well. And then on top of that, guys, you guys are making votes. So far, we've shown Apex, we've shown Doom, we've shown Gears Tactics, we've shown World of Warcraft, and then now we're showing Control. We're going to go to some other different games as we continue to move on. But yeah, this is just kind of what we're going is we're just trying to show all of these different games and what they look like and how the CPU and what kind of resolutions we're going to get with the CPU. I feel like we should go back to Doom because we didn't actually play that. Wow, look at that. Yeah, this one we're showing like a ray tracing sample example of a game from there. So is that 68 degrees or 48? It is 48 degrees right now. Guys, if you guys Shroud, if you want me to go to the i5 10600, we'll do that. Why don't we say we'll do this? We'll do one more game and then we'll go to the 10600. How's that? And this is all max. This is Control, all max. Max everything. So max resolution, max RTX, everything all max. Yeah, this PC is running it beautifully at 100 plus frames per second. Pocket Drummer until you have all those max. Metro Exodus, I do have it. But I don't have it here. I don't have it downloaded. So I've never played this game, but here we go. Okay, so let's quit to menu. Let's see. Let's go back real quick because we didn't give it a good fair shake. And I want to see, let's go back now that we've got this all up and running. Let's go back and try Doom. And then let's go ahead and try Doom. And then because we didn't actually play it, I want to see what it's like when we play. So we're going to give that one a go because it is still a game that really kind of pushes it. Destiny 2, we've got 11%. If you guys want to do PC Build Simulator, hey, there's Civ 6 if you guys want to check that one out. Not Gears, let's do Doom real quick. And then we'll go and we'll build a bench for the 10600. This is running on an i9 10900K. If you are over on Mixer and you're over, if you guys will see the PC that I'm building. That is the specs for the PC that we're running right now. Is basically it is showing the game that we're running on right now, the PC that we're running on right now, which is all the specs and everything like that. Can we see it against the Ryzen? So Ben, what I could do, if you guys want, and this is up to you guys. I've had a couple people. Okay, there we go. I've had a couple people who said, hey, they want to see the 10600. Or they want to see the 10600, or I can do is I can go run this same series of tests on the Ryzen, and we could throw a 3900X, and you guys can see a direct comparison between how the Ryzen 39. Shut up, Siri. I could show you a direct comparison between how this runs against the Ryzen 3900X. But that's up to you guys. The 10700, I don't have a 10700 yet. I have a 10600, and the 10600 hasn't. My 10600 comes in on Friday. Guys, I can do some of that stuff next week. You guys can see all that sort of stuff if you want. I'm gonna delete this, and then we'll run. Look at this frames right now. Okay, here we go. Oh, no, back. delete that. I'm just gonna delete all these. I don't care. Okay, here we go. Let's give this a go. Okay, now we got all of them. Let's do a new. Go from here. Hurt me plenty. And see what our frame rate is on Doom Eternal. Yeah, and again, guys, what I'm trying to do is like you can go and you can check out over on. You can go check out on all these other different places, but I think really you can go check out what Paul has done, Jay's done a little bit. What I really wanted you guys to say is like, hey man, if I'm going to build a system, how is that going to what is that system going to run like, right? And so this is what if you were going to do that and like, hey, well, on this game or this game, and it's going to take me a while to make sure every game is downloaded. So I apologize, I don't have every game downloaded, but I'm trying to put a myriad of games so you guys can get a good idea of like, hey, if I really spent money on a high-end system, is this going to be worth it? And that's up to you guys. So, and there it is right there, that build that we're going to them. Please just play Escape from Tarkov. I do not have that game, Angel. So I'm trying to balance as best I can. I know a lot of people want to see a lot of different stuff. I do feel like we should switch the bench over. But here's the question. Let's put it up for a vote real quick. Fortnite I can put on there too. Yeah, I do have Fortnite downloaded. If you guys want, would you rather me, because we just got finished running a bunch of games, would you rather me go and load it, put a Ryzen 3900X on the test bench and throw a 2080 Ti in there and see how this whole thing compares to a 2080 Ti? Or would you prefer me to go ahead and put a test bench together and run the 10600K? I've got all those cards. I've got every card. So, okay, so here we go. Let's see if I can get out of it. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and skip this. We can actually play some gameplay. Okay, so here we go. This is actual in-game gameplay of Doom Eternal now. We're getting 200 frames per second easily. And look at the CPU. CPU is 50%. So we're obviously hitting CPU stuff here. Okay, here we go. We're definitely hitting CPU on this one because the CPU is at 50%. And look at that, 350 frames per second. Right now. The people are saying compared to Ryzen. Okay. And what we'll do is we'll do this exact same thing. I have it all set up. We'll compare it to a Ryzen system. Just so I feel like we know what this one is. We'll exit to desktop, yes. We'll do the exact same thing on Ryzen. Okay. And then what I will do after this is, if we have time, we still have an hour and plus thing. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. What I will do after this, well, actually, hold on. Before I do, okay. I want to see, before I shut this, okay, I'm okay. I'll look at that later. What I can do on the next one, so I'm going to take this apart. We're going to throw a 3900X, and that's the comparison. So we'll do these exact same games on a 3900X with a 2080 Ti. And then I need to figure out why my thing just stopped working all of a sudden. Okay, so at least I know that all our bench is stuff in here. So we're going to take this apart real quick. We're going to grab our bench. Now, one of the other reasons I did not want to overclock is because I knew this might happen. You guys might choose this. So the reason I chose not to overclock is because I want to make sure the bench that we're running is actually running water cooled. So we're going to be running a water cooled Ryzen system, but we're keeping temps stock. Oops. One thing I do want to do though is we want to make sure we're running the same GPU. I'm going to take the GPU out of this. We're going to run the same GPU so that way the cases are the same in terms of testing there. We're going to take the GPU out of this. See? There we go. Sorry about that, guys. So you're going to take the GPU out of this real quick. And then we're going to run this GPU. The same GPU, exact same system setup. RAM will be 3600 versus 4000, but that's not going to make, that could make a little bit of a material difference. I could try the 4000 in AMD if we wanted to. We might give it a go, but I'll throw some 3600 in there just to make sure. That should be close enough because I want to run 4000 is good, but ideal for Ryzen is 3600. So I might just run the ideal for Ryzen real quick here. Let's put this back in here. One of the things we're gonna switch it out real quick. We're gonna make sure that the thing is exactly the same. Don't worry. And you guys get a little PC building at the same time. It's like you guys watch a PC building show. Okay, so there we go. Okay, let's put this away. Thank you, i9 10900K. Okay, grab our 10900K. Oops, sorry. Grab our 10900K and grab our test bench. Okay. So right now what we have in here, they believe a 3600. So we're gonna have to check. We're gonna have to change out CPUs real quick. And I want to make sure that we actually test on the same motherboard. So we actually have an X570 master. We're gonna run an X570 master M.2 as well. Motherboard as well. So yeah, we're gonna make sure this is all the samey. Make sure that we have a equivalent system. So there's our 2060 KO taken out. Hold on one sec, guys. You guys remember what we got in terms of overall quality. Let's just see how this compares to running it on a 3900X. Okay, so let's take this off. Okay. Gonna get this. Oh, let's not use that. Okay. Expecting that to do that. Not supposed to do that. Thank you. Sure. So these are quick detaches that allow me to just quickly switch CPUs around. We want to make sure as much as the same as humanly possible. To make as much match as we possibly can. We're going to switch out our block real quick. Put in our other motherboard. Thank you again to Gigabyte for providing us all of this awesome hardware to test. Here we go. Okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to replace our CPU. And put all this stuff away. When your desk is full of stuff. Back here. Okay. We're going to switch to 3600 megahertz RAM. This is 3200 megahertz right here. I want to make sure this is a fair comparison. Yeah, that Optimus system. What did you think, guys, of that Optimus system for that they're giving away? They killed it, man. That thing looks incredible. You guys want to see what I'm doing right now? You guys can see all the work I'm doing here. We're just switching this out. The Z390 Master that I have, because I actually have a new board. This will be my permanent board for bench testing Ryzen. So it allows me to do a little bit of work. Get it reset up. That's what we're doing right now. We're just prepping this and getting this done. I'm going to clean off our CPU real quick. This is not the right CPU. Go ahead before I do No, there's actually an Intel build that Optimus water cooling did. That is a custom water cooled 10th gen i9-9900K build, and that build is they're giving away. So it's like the May the 4th. It's except for it's built by Optimus and it's not themed, but I mean it's Intel color themed, but for the most part, pretty ridiculous build. And that one is up. That is also a giveaway. So put this away because this was for a previous incarnation. We're gonna get our final test bench. And you know what I think I'm gonna have to do, now that I think about this, so I don't have to do this every time, is I think I'm gonna have to get a separate setup, a separate test bench, so I don't have to switch. So I can switch and have Intel all the time, and I can have Ryzen all the time. I think I just realized that doing this on the show is time consuming. And that is, but thank you for hanging out. I'm looking and seeing if there are any other questions you guys want to ask while we're doing this. Guys, I'm hoping we're going to get a couple more subs so we can we get to, I'll tell you what, I'll do 3 months of Game Pass. I'll do 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate if we can get to 5 subs. I'll throw that in there just to get some hype going on building this little bit of this PC and getting it up to speed. So if we get 2 more subs, we'll give away 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate, and all of you guys can celebrate having hung out with me up until this point. So 2 more subs, and then we'll do that. We're just trying to get some hype going. The build that we're getting ready, so we just got finished testing all of our 10900K, and now we're switching to a Ryzen 3900X to just do some comparison. Is what we're doing right now. Just to see what the difference is between the two kind of powerhouses right here. Okay, so that is put away. Let's go ahead and clean up this so we can put our 3600 away, and then we will put our new motherboard on. We're gonna clean up our CPU. Go. Clean CPU again. See? There we go. Get some subs going so we can do that giveaway. Okay, there we go. Our motherboard is cleaned up there. I'm gonna remove this bad boy. Quick. Grab our case for our 3600. And that away. You still have to clean up the water block a little, but that's an easy one. There we go. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to remove our M.2 real quick. This is our somewhere screwdriver. Where are you, screwdriver? Oh, there you are. Okay, here we go. Move our little M.2 drive. Our little test M.2. Going good. Trying it. We're getting ready close to. We just got finished doing a bunch of bench testing on the 10900K, and we're just going to compare that real quick with the Ryzen 3900X. Do not need this. So we can put this away now. It's all cleaned up. Oop, almost cleaned up. Okay. All this stuff out real quick. quick is take off. Go. These are just our brackets. There we go. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do that giveaway while you guys wait. We're gonna do that giveaway. First giveaway, 3 months of Game Pass. Giveaway, 3 months. Oops. Giveaway, custom, 3 months of Game Pass. Here we go, 3 minutes. Remember, subs, you get extra entries if you're over on Mixer. Subs get extra entries if you're over on Mixer. Hey, if you're over on YouTube, make sure that you are hitting that like button if you're enjoying this content. I know we're not quite done yet. You guys haven't seen a lot. You've seen a lot of benchmarks, but we haven't seen a comparison between that and what we were getting on a 3900X. There we go. Here is our little sticky part. Go. Okay. Don't spill stuff all over this. Go. I've really kind of given myself like no room right now. Okay. Right, about 2 screw. Okay. Go. Put our port down. Do with, that's all the stuff with the water cooling. Just off of this. That's it. Okay. Go. We're just putting this motherboard back together real quick. We can make sure that it's good to go when I'm ready to use it again. We don't want to not have a, if I just rush, if you don't take the time sometimes and you like rush to just kind of put things away, then this is when you end up with like, oh, I don't have this bracket, which then I can't mount a general, like a general GPU, a general thing to, you know what I mean? Like I now can't mount my, like a stock cooler to. Go. I feel like I'm missing 2 screws. Should be 2 more screws for this. Can't. Come on, boy. Got 4 screws over. That. Missing 2 screws. Okay, well, that I can find later. Those are easier to find. Screws. Yeah, let's put this away and then we're going to grab our master here. Oh. This is a real jerkhead to get in there. Okay. And there we go. Now we can put this away. There we go. Okay. Okay, now let's get our actual motherboard that we're going to be testing with prepped. And this is the master, the exact, so with the Z390, this is the exact same board that I was testing on an X570. We're talking about comparable motherboards. We'll make sure that we're close to comparable speeds. We'll be choosing ideal speed for Ryzen. So, not quite the same, but very close in terms of the important thing is just making sure that they have comparable speeds. Okay, so what we're going to do real quick is we're going to prep our, take this off. There you go. Let's pick our winner. The winner was, congratulations, Jasura91. Jasura91, you are the winner of the giveaway. Congratulations, Jasura. If we get 4 more, then we'll give away 1 year. But I just want to start it up, kickstart it a little bit. Get some hype going, because we're out of sparks. And then we've gotten some embers. We've gotten some super chats. Okay, guys, almost done here. Go. Okay, put this away. Don't lose that. I'll make sure that is squared now. Okay, now grab our bracket out. Go. There's that. Okay, so now we're going to do is we're going to grab our RAM. Again, not 3600. We want to make sure we're using 3600. We'll grab a 3600 megahertz kit and a 3900X. Go 3600 megahertz and Ryzen 900X. All of the critical components you need for a successful bench test against the 10900K. Okay, here we go. We got our CPU right here. Ryzen 3900X. What we want to test against here. And then price-wise, very comparable in terms of the 10900K. Go. Okay, opening that up. Go, 3900X installed. This will be our benchmark set, benchmark 1. Good to go. Okay, 3900X. Let's go ahead and get our bracket on real quick. I say real quick because this is always like the part that is relatively painful. So just because to line up these holes never line up, never the easiest. So you do this and then you stick it through. Start that one. There you go. That one. What I want to do, same one with the washer, is do another corner, and then they're all lined up. There we go. Okay. Now we're cooking with the gas. We can finish. Oh, that didn't line up. What the? Those didn't line up at all. Super weird. Oh, there it did, okay. This will be nice because this bench will always be ready after this. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we have it all set up. Somewhere around here, we have one more white washer. There it is. Okay. I knew that was gonna. Go. Okay, there we go. That's installed. Put our M.2 in real quick. And remember, the games are already on here, guys. So this will be pretty fast once we get this installed. All the games are actually already on here. There we go. The peel is already done, so don't have to worry about the peel there. Okay. Go. Okay, there's our M.2 installed. And then last thing we got to do real quick is just clean up our water block. Put some thermal paste. Put some thermal paste, and then we can test. Ooh, that is not isopropyl alcohol. I don't know what I was gonna do, guys. I almost freaking. Thank you very much, J-Ruff. I almost used coolant to clean my water block. That would have been bad. That would have been really bad. That would have been very bad. And funny at the same time. We would have been like, "What are you doing, Robey?" Okay, a little bit more. Go. GPU block is now clean. There we go. Nice clean GPU block. Ready for us there. Get rid of the isopropyl alcohol. And let's throw some thermal paste on this bad boy. Some Chromique 2. Make sure that we're good there. There you go. And now we're going to do some thermal paste application. Make sure we get a nice even spread. Go. Make sure we have a nice even spread of a GPU here. Thank you very much for that sub. Make sure we have a nice even thermal paste spread. Go. Okay. Nice even spread of thermal paste. Okay. Get our water block on. Let's boot this bad boy up. What do you guys say? Oops. Put our water block on first. There we go. And we are Good to go. Start a little screws there. 1. 2. 3. And 4. Oh, I forgot to. Whoop. Got to add a RAM real quick. Huh? So we're nice and tight. We'll check we'll see our CPU thermals and all that sort of stuff. Okay, got to throw our RAM in, which I put somewhere. I think it's probably behind me, I'm guessing. Yeah, there it is. Get our RAM in here real quick. 3600 megahertz versus 4000. But again, much more ideal. Ryzen has a more ideal in terms of running things, so I'd rather run the ideal one for Ryzen. So that's what we'll do here. If we see something and we just want to test, if you guys want to feel like it's unfair, we can we can take out that 4K ballistics and go in there. Potato Aimer, no. It actually came out to, you know what? I think only right now it's mostly press. I don't think anybody else got it earlier, but outside of that, so not a lot of people have it right now, no. So you guys are seeing this content definitely early. Okay, here we go. There we go. Oh, our music stuff. That fixed. I want to not have music going. Okay. Throwing our RAM in here real quick. There is. We're going to make sure we're doing 32 gigs on each one. There we go. Okay, 32 gigs of RAM in, and we have 3200 megahertz. It's running at 3600 megahertz. CL16 versus 4000 megahertz at CL18. Past like timing should still go in there. Okay, get this on here. Okay, it's on the board. Okay. Power switch. There is our pump res. Pump res. Fans. Power. Okay, let's grab our 2 EPS power connectors. 1. Go. Again, we want to make sure these both have plenty of power to the CPU. They're both going to have 8-pin EPS power connectors. Okay. So right there. EPS is plugged in. These are okay. This is our water cooling for our CPU. Okay. Okay, so water block is hooked up to the CPU. Try not to. Is bending. Okay. A little bit more. Okay, what else do I need? I need our GPU. We need to grab one more power thing for it. There we go. Thank you very much for that sub. There we go. Okay. Get this screwed on. Make sure it's secure. Okay, so now we've got our gigabyte, all the same love here. It's pretty much the same build. Grab our power cables real quick. There you go. 2 8-pins. Go. And there we go. Okay, that's ready to go. PC's ready to go. I need to really put some 90 degrees in this so it doesn't continue to happen. Okay, let me grab the power. And we need to plug in everything here. Need this. We need power. We need internet. Okay. Here is power. Sorry, you guys get a great view of me up close. Go. There's internet. There is TV. I mean, there is. Okay, there we go. Woo! Look at all that. Look at all those lights. It's already ready to go. It's like, hello. Let's do some testing. Okay. Okay, so here we go, guys. Next up, this is our Ryzen 3900X. You guys have seen how the 10900 did. Let's see how this does in comparison. This is the question, like, when we know, like, for gaming performance, and apparently the other thing too is also for streaming. So gaming and streaming, which we can test. We wanted to do that, another test after this. Get this going right now. But how does this compare to the 3900X? So. Can I see? Okay, ooh. The master. One underneath. Okay, we're good. Turn on. There it is. We have power. We have water. We have liquid pushing through. That's good. A little bit worried about this. Find a way to like inking a little. Let's see if that does anything. I mean, we're still getting good flow, so it should be fine. Okay. I'm not seeing anything here yet. Okay. Cam link. See what's going on here. Waiting for our screen to show up here. Definitely getting connection and stuff here. Did plug it in, right? Yeah. Okay. Light is on. There it is. Okay. Screen's up. There it goes. Booting to Windows. Okay. Cam link right now. Okay, here we go. Now we are up and running on a 3900X. Let's test the same games, just doing devices, and obviously we just switched everything out, so new CPU, new GPU from what we had on the bench before, and we're gonna go from here. Okay, here we go. Okay, go. A little bit. Sitting up. Okay. Okay. Same setup. We got the same thing. Let us start. We're going to make sure our games are uncapped and all that sort of stuff. The first thing we got to do is let's grab. We're going to use the exact same stuff for frame stuff. So we're going to make sure that we have all the same stuff. Okay. Okay, restarting that. Here we go. This is using a different Windows install. This is using so what I've done, what will actually happen when I'm done is I will actually have Ryzen installs and Windows installs, but both of them are clean installs using the same Windows image. So I use the same Windows image, but what I will be doing from now on is I will have Intel M.2 with AMD graphics drivers. I will have Intel CPU with AMD graphics drivers. I will have Intel CPU with AMD graphics driver, Intel with NVIDIA, AMD with AMD and AMD with NVIDIA. So that way it's not getting a bunch of weirdness. That is the setup I'm working towards. Western Digital is actually sponsoring that, and they're sending me drives. So. Okay, one other thing I forgot to do while I'm going to let this come up is I forgot to go ahead and turn on the RAM. So I got to set the overclock for the RAM. So one more thing, guys, and then we'll get started with gameplay. Yeah, we're right, and there's almost 800 people here now, guys. Thanks for everybody for hanging out and chilling and all this stuff. I have not gone through deals yet. I'll be going through deals. I'll go through deals here in just a few minutes. Why don't we do that before we? Well, I'll do that as we close. So I'll do the last 30 minutes. Yeah, glad I remembered because I completely spaced. I want to show some combination of gameplay. Okay, so I'll do deals. Hold on. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Okay, I was like, okay, there we go. Oh, this looks familiar. Okay, so XMP, we're going to enable that. Okay, F10. Yes. Okay. So again, both of these are using the Aorus Master, the 10900, and all that sort of stuff. But let's, real quick. 800 waiting, watching, and under 5, like only why? I don't understand what you mean, Shroud. There's 272 on Mixer, 449 people over on YouTube. There's 2 people on Facebook and 50 people over on Twitch. That's what's actually happening. I used to actually have the whole chat show up in here. Oh, I don't know actually. Oh, sorry, only 105 like. I don't actually know that why, Shroud, because the one thing I will say is that if more people would like it, that would be awesome. If you guys are over on YouTube and there's 450 of you watching right now. If you could just hit that like button, you could just hit the like button right now, that'd be awesome. So Josh, I'm talking about across all channels right now, not just YouTube. Okay, so we got it up, but let's do this real quick because I want to make sure if you guys are looking, we have some deals going on, so we're gonna go through those real quick while it updates, and so we'll get that. Let's get that done real quick. I want to make sure we get that, and then we will finish. The whole last part of this will be just about going through testing this with the new one. Okay, so I have put together, because I like to do this and people like this, and this is why some people watch the show. So this is usually, so welcome to the other part of this that we like to do is we like to do help people who are wanting to buy PCs. So I've actually put together, if you hit exclamation point PC deals, or you'll actually see them. We'll actually have the mods do this. These are the deals I've put together, and what I've done is I've done a couple things. One, I've done 1K, 2K Intel 10th gen builds. We'll walk through those. They're actually a little bit different than we walked through yesterday. I've also got deals that are happening right now over on Newegg. If you're looking for things like GPUs, CPUs, and then of course anything else. Like there's not a lot in there. One of the things I will say, if you are looking for X570 motherboards or you're looking for 10th gen CPUs, make sure you check my Twitter over at Robeytech. I'll be posting those every morning because they have been super hard to get. And so I've been trying to do my service to the community by letting you know when those are. So some deals that are going on. It's slim pickings right now, honestly, guys, over just because of inventory issues due to human malware. We do have some slim pickings right now. Big things here are the Gigabyte, the GeForce GTX 1650. We do have a Gigabyte GTX 1650 that's on sale right now. We can do some bench testing with that stuff a little bit later. We won't be able to get to it tonight. Again, really, it's all about this 3900X now. Radeon RX 5600 XT. This is sub $300, like sub $300 5600 XT, which is really, really crazy. And there's an additional deal there. If you're looking, this Gigabyte one that I have right here, this 2060. Oh, it's out of stock. Never mind. Forget I said that. So this is the problem. I sometimes show deals and then they're out of stock. GeForce, again, 1070 is also out of stock. Okay, I should have shown these earlier. This one's interesting. I talked about this yesterday. 4,000 megahertz RAM. So I was showing 4,000. I'm using the Crucial Ballistics a little bit earlier. This is 4,000 megahertz RAM for $94, which is pretty ridiculous. Now the cast link on this is actually pretty terrible. I think it's like CL20 or CL19 or something like that. So not necessarily the best in terms of overall power, but 4,000 megahertz for $95 is pretty good. This I'm always happy about. I've had a lot of people pick this up. G.Skill, you can get 32 gigs of 3200 megahertz RAM for 140 bucks, which is really ridiculous. This is usually about $72, but this is on sale right now for 3% off, sitting at $69.99. This is really good RAM, really good cast late timings, and it's super inexpensive. So if you're looking for RAM, this is a really awesome deal. And you can see by the ratings, 273 ratings, it's at 4 stars. Is this still in stock? Okay, this is still in stock. Guys, this monitor, you've seen me review this monitor. I've had, 4 people end up picking this up in the last couple days. This monitor is nuts. It's 165 hertz. It's 1 millisecond response time. It's got G-Sync and FreeSync capable. And it is, like, in terms of, if you compare it to other monitors doing the same thing, it is about 200 or 300, I think it's like 200 bucks cheaper versus the Asus and the other ones. This is a monitor, if you are looking for a high-end monitor for a great price, $600 for this. I know some people are like, $600 monitor, what the? Well, I mean, that's a great price for that monitor. And it's on sale. I think it's only got 1 more day of being on sale. So if you want to pick this up, hey, it was really hard to get in stock for the last couple of months, and then they put it in stock and they put it on sale. So it says that's trash. What's trash, Knife Nuts? Sorry, we're just trying to figure out what you said is trash, which is trash. I don't think this is trash at all. People are like, okay. What's about thermal P3 case? Did you like it? Any negatives? No, I did not have any issues with the P3 case. I'd have to, well, let's talk about it a little bit more, Z-Swish, though. Okay, so I don't know why people said that's trash. It's a really great thing. The other thing, too, these are interesting. I always put them up there. They're usually about 150 bucks. You've seen them go on sale for as little as 118. Right now, they're again on sale for about 124, $72 there. Pretty good price. Still putting them in there. It's still cheaper than most of the other M.2s, and the fact that they're in stock. So yeah, there's a good deal there. I put this 860 EVE on there. We don't usually see 860 or Samsung SSDs go on sale. So something like this to go on sale is actually pretty rare. So I put it up there. You can actually see I have a 1 terabyte Western Digital, which is another great brand, right below it for about $30 less. People like the 860 EVO. I know this is actually what Jay uses for most of his benching. I actually have an 860 EVO on this bench as well. So if you're looking for something like that, this is a really great price if you want to get it for a little bit inexpensive. So that's all the Newegg Now deals. One of the things I also wanted to show you guys about when I do all my bench tests. I know one of the things you guys are probably curious about. Hold on. Is when I do all my bench testing. Where is it? iPad. Okay, there it is. Sorry. When you do all your bench testing, here is all the stuff that I use when I do my bench testing. So you guys are asking, hey, when I do benches, to make sure the stuff that I have. So I'm using Gigabyte X570s. These are all of the motherboards. So if you go in there, and these are down below, there's a link down below over on YouTube if you want to check these out. These are all of the different CPUs across all of the different brands that I use. I have one for every type. Plus I have a motherboard, both Mini ITX and ATX, for both Z490 and X570. So if you're ever curious and you just want to get like, hey, this motherboard, you want to do the stuff that I actually test, I actually have that, and that'll always be there for you. And I'll make sure I give you a link over on Mixer. I'll do like a PC test or whatever like that to make sure you guys can see that. Also, down below, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but down below, I went ahead. I've been updating these. If you are looking to get a 10th gen Intel build, I built an Intel build that I feel like is ideal for the amount of power at every price point. At 1K, we're using the Intel i5 10400. It's about 194 bucks, and we're pairing that with a 2060, which a 2060 for less than 300 bucks is a really good deal. This should be very easily your 1080p, greater than 100 FPS at high settings PC. We'll bench test this. The plan is to bench test this next week, so we'll show these 1K and 2K builds when I get my other CPUs in. I don't have my CPUs in to bench this, but we will show this next week. So I'll keep this up. I keep this updated. I have a 1K build, and it kind of has all the parts for that. A lot of the stuff is not out of. A lot of the stuff is in stock for the first time, which is nice. The case finally sold out. But yeah, nice 1K build. You could replace the case, and you could replace the Western Digital with, say, for instance, that Intel build if you really wanted to. I know WD is working on getting it back in stock. The other one that I want to talk to is this one. I know yesterday I showed this and then I forgot to put a motherboard in there. So I have updated this 2K build. We're still using the same Fantex case. We've actually gone back to a 1 terabyte only drive because I really wanted to make sure we had a 2080 Super in this, which now I have that GeForce RTX 2080 Super WindForce. now it's out of stock. It wasn't out of stock before. We've gone to 32 gigs, but instead of having 4 DIMMs, we've gone to 2 DIMMs. And then finally, we've paired that with the Gigabyte Z490 Aorus Elite. And that comes in right at $2,007 right there. And this, so remember, the 10700K is actually the same power as the i9 9900K, which is last gen. So for literally what is essentially $100 less than this, you get the same power in this in the i7 10700K. So pretty ridiculous price for 2K. We know how powerful of a gaming system this still outperforms single-threaded performance versus the 39 or the 3950X. So to have something like that for less than $400 is actually a pretty good deal. So as a gaming PC and apparently gaming and streaming, we haven't been able to test this. Apparently gaming and streaming, that's a really good price at 2K. So that is the deals for today, guys. Who's ready to finally do some bench testing and see how that thing actually stacked up against the 10900K? Yeah, the EVGA 2060 SC Ultra. Yeah, okay, nice. Cool, congratulations, dude. Okay, so there you go. What did you guys get today on Robeytech? Well, you got to see how the 10900K performed. I gave you some great tech deals. And now we're actually going to run and test how this actually ran against our competitor, how this is going to run against our 10900K. So let's start with some Doom Eternal. I have it right here. There we go. We'll start with Doom Eternal. We'll make sure all the same settings. We'll go from Doom Eternal. We'll check Gears Tactics, which is the next one. Make sure where that one was. And then finally, we'll wrap up with, I'm trying to think of what else. We could do Control. I think Control might be the next best game to run there, because we saw what that was like, and that was with full max settings, and we were getting over 100 FPS. Hey, Cosmic Jordan, we'll put it up on I'll put it up on Twitter, up on Twitter for you, if you guys want to use a Robeytech wallpaper. I'm a little worried about this. Is like really crimping. Fixed. I need to put I have some more water cool parts, so I'll update this and it'll be at a 90, so this doesn't happen anymore. And then again, we'll check GPU temps. I actually see them here right now. I do actually have a digital thing here, so it should show me what GPU temps are, and so we should be good there. You're not worried about Shadow Puppet. Why would you be concerned about that? I'm just curious. Thank you for all those follows, by the way, guys. I super appreciate all the follows and everything that's. Okay, here we go. Running the anti-cheat. This is where it is. This is finally the powers in the pudding. We've got a very comparable system, both running ideal in terms of RAM and everything else. This should be the apples to apples comparison between the two CPUs. And let's go ahead and bring up our frames per second here. Pin this so you guys can see it. Do you have that? What was this? Oh. I don't want to pin it. Pin. Campaign. I'm going to delete this now. Oh, I'm not seeing this. Okay. Hurt me plenty. Seeing our frames here. Get this going. Get that up. Showing my I forgot to set my settings. Settings. Need to turn our frame rate off. Video off. And all of the other settings are all set to ultra, so we should be good there. 5. There we go. Okay, there we go. Here we go. So we were getting about a little over 220 when we got into the game. We're not into the game right now, so we'll get that in just a few seconds. Okay, let's get out of this. Okay, here we go. Into gameplay. So right now we're seeing very similar in terms of temps. Oh no, it's seen in terms of graphics, we're seeing very similar in terms of overall performance. Why are you not opening? Actually, I think actually it's performing a little bit better than the i990, the 10900K did. Okay. Oops. What is the one? Oh, C. There it is. I don't remember. Yeah, I think the thing is like, I think where we're going to see, again, we're seeing really good. I don't remember. This was the like last game we played. I don't remember what we got from a frame rate standpoint. I think we were getting like 200 and something plus on that one too. And I don't remember. Let me make sure. I do want to make sure that one of the other things is that our resolution is native, vertical sync, HDR is off, motion blur. Okay, all that other stuff is fine, and it's all at ultra. Okay, everything there is good. But yeah, it seems to be. I mean, like this is running very, very well as well. No problems there. Okay, let's exit to desktop and let's take a look at gears. Let's take a look at control. I think that's going to be a big, nice, easy comparison. Our library there. Let's launch control. We're going to play DirectX 12. Yeah, these are all going to be crazy in terms of FPS and stuff like that, right? Like we're talking, all of these are high-end gaming, basically gaming PCs, right? Check our FPS. Come on. Oh. Okay, so we're going to change the same options to display. We're going to make sure that we have no VSync on. Quality is high. We're going to enable NVIDIA DLSS. We're going to put ray tracing on high. And that is it. Okay, and we're going to hit new game. And see the same thing. And again, we were getting about 100 frames per second. Between 80 and 100 frames per second. So this is a good comparison between the two. Were textures on ultra? And again, 240 at the very beginning. Now this is a 3900X. So this is a Ryzen 3900X. So this is a comparison between the 3900X and the 3900X and the i9 10900K. Now remember the 240 here is because we are in a, let me make sure, you said somebody said something about ultra. Play. Oh yeah, texture resolution is at ultra. That was the same as what we had before. Okay, let's hit skip. What is that? Oh. He is that. Skip. I want to skip this. Okay, here we go. We're going to be moving in just a second. We're seeing much more. The frame rate is coming down for sure. Okay, so there we go. We're getting again, still have DLSS. We have all of the same bells and whistles. Frame rate wise, this is about the same as what we got on the 39, on the 10900K. But what about, yeah. There we go. Yeah, it's actually five. Yeah, it's actually a little bit more in terms of the we're getting 5 frames per second more actually on this than we were. We're getting, yeah, we were dropping. We actually saw some drops in the 90s there. So that's the first drop into the 90s, but our average is actually a little bit higher. I think we're averaging, it's funny because it's like I should have checked. Oh, there we go. We're in the 90s again. I'm curious. I wonder if, hold on one second. Curious. 5. I'm going to check. I'm going back and I'm going to look at this. Hold on. I'm actually going through the other one. So we're running through, okay, here's control. So at the same point, our average frame rate right here. So average frame rate on I'm looking at the 2. The average frame rate right here on the 10900K, the average frame rate was actually 104, and the average frame rate here was 103, stopping at the exact same point. So it looks like the frame rates are actually about the exact same there as they were on there. Let's check. So frame rate wise, this between Control and the 3900X, we saw very similar performance on those 2 games. Okay, so same there. I actually do have the average frame. I am actually going to run one more thing. So our average frames, let's just check here. Our average frame here. I'm actually going to check. So our average frame rate on Doom, we're done. Was 711. Nope, hold on. Was 346. We were averaging 346 frames per second on Doom. So when we ended, we were at 366 frames. So I'm just going to check Doom real quick. So the average frame rate on Doom, we got done with this. I just want to see where we were at the same point. So I have it right to the chainsaw. Checking the same thing in terms of average frame rate. This is much more useful because now I can actually see what our average frame rates were. So frame rate actually on the 10900K was 1 to 2 frames higher average than it was on Control. Then let's check what it'll be on this one. Same thing. I'm going to click on this. There we go. And then we'll bring this back up. Yeah, play solitaire. That seems good. Okay, so there we go. Campaign. We're going to do start from the new game. Same thing. Hurt me plenty. And then we'll do that. So it's basically the same thing where we get to we're going to get to the gameplay. So we'll run the same gameplay. And I have it like luckily about us live streamers, you can go back and see what the frame rate was comparatively. So slight edge on Control to Intel, but not by much. Okay, coming in on this one. So here we go. We're going to check this. So average frame rate after this section was just at 300. Oops. Open. Here we go. Come on. Okay. So average frame rate. So now this is where we're actually getting our average frame rate. Now we're looking at average from here. We're going to get to the chainsaw part, which is right here. Okay, so difference in frame rate between that and there. So just so you guys know, on the Intel 10900K, when we got to that exact same point, the average frame rate on the 10900K was 367 versus on the Ryzen 9 3900X was 270. So we actually saw 100 FPS difference between Ryzen 10, the 10900K and the Ryzen 9 3900X. Almost 100 frame per second difference between those two at that same point. And so I'm looking at the same. I have it up on the screen over here. Okay, let's check. Here's tactics, and we'll check this one. So we can do this one because I have the same one. I'll look at what we had here at the end of gears. And then last thing we should run is we should run the time spy. Sorry guys, there's a whole lot of, okay, here we go. So our average, so I have the average right here. So the average frame rate on this one, we had 152.5 after the benchmark. 152.5 was the CPU benchmark for this one in terms of graphics. So we'll run the benchmark here. Getting logged in. Go. Okay. Space and continue. Enter, continue. Okay, so let's go to settings. We're going to turn on. So video is all set. One thing we're going to do is we're going to turn off VSync. Okay, there we go. Save. Okay, and now we're going to run that benchmark. Okay, so running the same benchmark that we ran against the 10900K. And I don't care about seeing it here, but we're going to see between these two because I actually have the stats right here. I have the stats actually up on the screen of what we had from the last one. Running the same benchmark. This is the same thing. Just running this benchmark, letting it go through. Sorry, I missed the question, Shroud. What was your question? Sorry. I can see FPS. We'll see it at the very end, guys. And it's over there on the left. It shows right there. Average frame rate, current frame rate is 130. Okay, so there it is right there. We got, so looking at the average CPU frame rate, we actually saw a average minimum frame rate bottom was, okay, Wow. Okay. So average about the average frame rate on the i5 10100K was 152. That was the top one for basically that one. And so we actually saw a difference. We saw the i9 10900K actually had about a 15% better frame rate than the 3900X when we compare that for versus the Ryzen 9 3900X. So it was about 10% better on the i9 the 10900K. So again, not a huge difference in terms of price. I mean, in terms of things, but again, showing the Intel in terms of their overall, them saying that this is the that's not what I wanted. Origin. One sec. Hold on one sec. Saying that theirs is the top gaming one. Oop, where did Origin go? Where did Origin go? Oh. I lost Origin. Oh, that's weird. Where my Origin install has disappeared. Put it on Steam, Origin. What do you mean Origin's not installed? That's weird. Origin just uninstalled for some reason. Okay, what other? I'm trying to think. It didn't crush it. It didn't crush it. It was a 10% difference. So again, what we're looking at is that So it still shows thing. Oh, I know we can run. Do I have it on that? I don't know if I have. I don't know if I have Battle.net on here. No, I don't. Okay. Well, I mean, that's it, guys. In terms of direct comparisons, we ran. The only one I can't run is Apex. For some reason, Origin uninstalled on this thing. But we checked Gears Tactics, which we saw the numbers directly for that. Doom Eternal, so again, Intel came out on top very slightly when it came to Control. It basically came out on top on Doom by actually quite a bit. Almost 100 frames per second was the difference in Doom Eternal, and then Doom versus the Ryzen 5. Versus the Ryzen the 3900X. And then it looks like there was a 10% difference between Gears and Gears Tactics on Intel versus Gears Tactics on AMD. So game-wise, I know what we can do. We have one more thing. Let's check this, which is our time spy. That's what we haven't done. So let's run a time spy comparison and see this. So let's update this, and then we'll run a time spy, and then this will be the end. So we can see the difference in terms of the overall time spy 3D mark between the 10900K and then the 3900X. And there is actually a very good chance that we may see something higher. I can bring up, let's see, what would our final time spy score was. Our final time spy score, I'm letting it reload. Let this finish. It's refreshing. Come on, 3D Mark. Okay, here we go. We're going to install Time Spy. Okay, so our final score was 13,784 was what we got on 13,784 is what we got on the 10900K. So let's check out this last bit. Okay, here we go. Running the end. This is like where we'll be able to do at least a direct 3D Mark comparison between the two. But in terms of gaming overall, we have to say winner coming out of this at the very end, ultimately in the end, had to go to Intel in terms of the game performance wise anyway. Okay, so we're running the demo now. See how this goes. And again, we're going to want to wait till the end because we just want to know what the other score was. Yeah, and and actually the thing is, I will say this, right? When you're looking at price per dollar, yes, the Ryzen 9 3900X is actually on a crazy sale right now. I didn't show you that. While this is running, I forgot to show you guys that. This CPU, which you guys are seeing is very close to the 10900K. This CPU is right now on sale for a ridiculously low price. Hold on, let me bring up I forgot to show you this. Okay, so this should be, while we're letting this run, because we just want to get to the end, I put them in here. If you look at our Newegg deals, all wish lists, Newegg deals, check it out. The Ryzen 9 3900X, which is the same one. So the 10900K is on sale right now, is selling like 500 something. Look at this, 439. The 439 for this, the one that we're comparing, and this is on sale for 2 more days. I mean, do you think this was on purpose? But 439 right now for a 3900X in terms of when you're looking at the comparison. So yeah, there is actually a pretty good deal going on right now if you were wanting to pick up this comparable CPU against the 10900K. Again, the 109, like it does well. It looks like there's some games, specifically a lot of games optimized for Intel. So you are going to see, and single-threaded performance on this is significantly higher than the 3900X when we've done the benchmark testing. If you look at Pulse hardware and stuff like that, the i9 10900K way outperforms, like even the 8700K and the 9900K outperform the 3950X, 3900X in terms of single-threaded performance. Some games are starting to take advantage of that, which is important. But the other thing, and right now there's still a lot of domination when we talk about how well this CPU does. This single-threaded CPU will do on game stuff. So, but again, for $400 in terms of what you get in terms of as a workstation, streaming, and all those other things, that's still a pretty ridiculous price from AMD right now. So I cannot argue with that. And it is on sale. They are correct. I'm going to bring up our stuff here. So we're just checking out the last little bit of this to see how this overall this goes. And then, so just as we're kind of finishing up this, we're getting ready to do that. We're getting ready to run that we're getting ready to do that $25 Newegg card. We didn't get the $50 this time, so we'll give away a $25 Newegg gift card at the end. And then do not forget, Friday we'll be back. It's PC Building Friday. No tech deals, anything like that. We're going to be custom water cooling a Intel system here on the stream. We're going to be doing beginning to end. You're going to watch the entire thing, custom water cooled. Then we'll run some games on it, play some games, and have a little fun. If you guys want, depending on what you want, I could run a 10600K if you guys want, and throw in like a 2080, a white like 2080 Super, which would be a little bit more of a reasonable PC. I know Shroud, you were talking about wanting to have something a little bit more like that, so maybe that's what we do. I have 3. It's on here. That's what I'm running right now. I don't know why all of a sudden I wasn't getting like live updates. So I'm sorry if you guys were missing a bunch of text. Oh, and it has a code for $30 off. That's right. No, the 10900K is currently not in stock. So yeah. It does, like we're talking about, there is actually a massive performance boost between the 10900K and the 9900K. So yes, it does make a big difference. And those 2 additional cores do make a big difference. Thank you, Zyston. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's not a game. It's just this is just a test. So we're gonna see finally what our scores are between the other 2. This week, the 10900K will be back in stock this week. And just, hey, if you follow me over on Twitter, I try to tell people when that stuff is up. I did not try Battlefield, but here's what I'll do, guys. If you guys tell me the games that you guys would like me to show on Friday, I'll try and make sure I get some of those installed. So Friday, when I do the install, the game installs for Friday, I will have those and we can test those on something a little bit more reasonable. So yeah. You say, yeah, Zystan's like, let's show Minesweeper. I get a bajillion frames. 999999999. So we're getting like, I'm curious. I'm just super curious what our score is going to be at the end. Yeah, and we can show some of that stuff. If you guys want to see, like, I think what we want to do is you guys want to see, it's like, hey, what do you, like when if we did like the 10600K, if we did like the 10600K with like, I feel like a 2080 Super or something like that would be a pretty good, like a pretty good, like reasonable build. But when you guys think about reasonable build costs, like again, it's going to be all white. So ideally, all I have is like one white 2080 Super, but I could use, I'm trying to think, I have a 2080. I have a 2080. I'm trying to think of, I have a 2080 Ti. I'm trying to think of ones that would look good with the build. So. Okay, so it's running the last benchmark. Loading results, here we go. 13,063. 13,063, and remember we got on the other one 13,784. So our CPU score was actually higher on the 10900K, and the graphics score was only, actually let me look at the previous one here. I actually have the whole thing. Go a little bit further back. So it was 14,580 was the CPU score that we got on the oh shoot, I'm sorry, bringing it up so I can show you. There we go, that's what I wanted. Okay, so we had a graphics score of 13.0. So the graphics score actually dropped a little bit on here, but the CPU score was almost 1,500 less than what we got on the last one. So that's what it is. So 13 to 15%. I have not. I'm waiting for mine too, 86 Salmon. It'll be here on Friday. Actually, I have. We have that in the NZXT. I did it in the small NZXT. I cannot think of the name of it right now. The tower, little awesome one. Yes. Yes, the Intel was better. Yes, it was. The Intel was better, Josh. Yeah, so I got 14,000. I got on the so just to compare these, CPU score on the i9 10900K was 14,580, and the graphics score was actually 13,683. It had the average frames per second, and this is where CPU is important. The average frames per second on the Intel was 86, with graphics test 2 being 80 versus 76. So Intel pulled out again here when you do a direct comparison. This is like a nice, when you look at the thing, we see almost a almost $700 point difference between this and the other one. So, and then if we compare results online, it's gonna go like this, close that, and this is the score here. It was better than 94%. So, okay. So guys, what's the latest greatest chipset for AM4 is still the X570. We're waiting for X670 with Zen 3. B550 comes out on June 16th. So soon. Yeah, did you get the graphic? Did you get the board? Okay, guys, well, let's do this last giveaway. Let's give away this $25 Newegg gift card. Give away this $25 Newegg gift card. Hey, I want to give a big shout out to all the people who gave me super chats, who gave me embers, 7 new subscribers. You guys are all amazing. Thank you for that. Let's end this with a giveaway. This is for $25 Newegg gift card. Remember, subs, you get extra entries. So we're doing this thing, and this will be it for the night. Remember, we are back on Friday. Friday, we are going to be custom water cooling an entire build from beginning to end, using all Optimus water parts. It's going to be all white. We're going to be using a 2080 Super. I haven't decided yet if we want to do the 10600K or the 10700, but we're going to do something a little bit more reasonable. The build won't be as crazy. Obviously, the builds that we're playing with here are definitely at the greater than $3,000 range. I'm going to try and get it as close to $2,000 as I absolutely can for the build that we do tonight, minus obviously that we do on Friday, minus obviously all the water cooling and everything else like that. Let me ask you this. And I'd love to hear this in the comments below if you guys are watching this later. What would you do to improve a live show like this? What would make it better? I know we had to do some things like switch out some switch out a motherboard and stuff like that. But if this was like something that we had on a regular basis where we said, you guys came on the show, I showed you like sales or showed you deals, and then we put it on the thing and showed you actually how it runs. How would you like that? What would you like that would be better? I mean, obviously I think a couple things. Let's take some screenshots so we can direct compare, and I'm not looking back to try and scrub through the VOD to figure out what the stuff is. But what are the things? Put it down in the comments below. Let me know. Or you can join over on Discord, and I'd love to let you know. Please let me know all that sort of stuff. Outside of that, guys, I'd love to just know what you thought. And if you're over on YouTube right now, there's a couple hundred of you. More than a couple hundred. There's 300 of you. Make sure you hit that like button, please. Take the time, just quickly hit that like button. It does a whole lot in terms of boosting the overall video and letting more people know. We do have some really great YouTube videos that are coming out next week. We're going to be reviewing a new Cooler Master chair, and we have a monitor we're going to be reviewing. We also finally are doing the build for that 2K build. We've got some great YouTube only content that'll be coming out. Make sure you check that over at youtube.com/Robeytech. Over on our stream, we have Friday, and then we're back next week. We have back to our regular schedule for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then we have a special stream on Saturday. We're going to be building a build for CLG Newegg. That will be a lot of fun. That'll be an Intel 10th Gen CPU, Intel 10th Gen build that we'll be doing next week. And then on top of that, make sure you follow me on social. I'm now on TikTok. I've made a couple cool TikToks. So I'm over on TikTok at Robeytech. I'm on Facebook at facebook.com/Robeytech, Instagram, and over on Twitter at Robeytech. Guys, I'm trying to get Instagram over 10K. So if you guys could take a chance, go over and follow there, that would be absolutely awesome. Well, 26 seconds left, guys. Come here. $15, 16 seconds, guys. And then that is it. Thank you very much for everybody for hanging out the entire show. Four, three, two, one, and picking our winner now. Congratulations, Imrod088. Imrod088, you are the winner of a $25 Newegg gift card. There we go. Sorry, guys. Test equipment. What do you? Oh, well, guys. So somebody said test equipment before the stream. Anthony, I wanted to boot up the 10900K with you guys. I told you guys I wasn't going to turn it on until the day of, so we'll make sure we do that beforehand. And this was, I mean, obviously this was all fine. We've done testing like that before. So, but that is good feedback. Thank you very much for letting me know, guys. You have a great and awesome night. We will be back on Friday. We're doing a build. I know that's what a lot of people just love to go do. So come join us. We'll build it. We'll hopefully be able to play some games on it. We'll make sure that's all squared. I hope you guys had a great time. Have a wonderful night, and we will see you on Friday.